Hey, my friend. Today we're going to look into the difference between soulmate and twin flame. There seems to be a lot of confusion around it. I see it everywhere. So I'm going to address, from the best understanding that I have, what the difference between a twin flame and a soulmate is, and how you might find out if you're in a twin flame relationship or a soulmate type relationship. So if this intrigues you, then stick around. When we think of soulmates, we think the person that was designed to be your mate, your lover in that sense. And it's almost like you were perfectly made to match each other DNA wise. It's like your code fits their code perfectly. And that's beautiful, and whilst it takes you have to believe it to be true because we don't know it to be true. There's sometimes there's like a knowing, isn't there? There's a trusting knowing that you'll find the right person in the end. A lot of us don't find the right person in the end because we end up getting stuck with twin flames. Essentially, what I mean by twin flames are the kind of relationships that you end up playing out where you both are, in essence, each other's mirror. You are a reflection of each other and you're both playing out the same karmic patterns. And that's why you've been attracted to each other. That's law of attraction in action. And these kind of relationships, and you'll know if you're in one, tend to be very passionate, very electrically charged. Now, usually you're coming in, like I say, to play out the same karmic patterns together, but when one of you has finished playing out that karmic pattern, or the other one has finished playing out the karmic pattern, or that karmic pattern is recognized in the other as a reflection of self, it can then become turbulent, the relationship, and the relationship will naturally or unnaturally, by somebody doing something very stupid, fall apart. In twin flame relationships, please bear in mind that this is not just of the opposite sex or same sex, whatever you're into. It can be friends. It's not just a romantic relationship, it can be friends. And you'll notice it more regularly in friendships. Friendships, especially after you awaken, you will begin attracting friendships karmically to you based upon, usually, the bad decisions that you both make. And you'll notice this in your life. And you come into each other's lives in a very passionate and crazy way, and before you know it, you're best of friends. But then also before you know it, that friendship is becoming a bit not toxic, because you're not arguing with each other, perhaps, but or maybe you are if that's what you've come out to karmically play, but it gets a bit toxic with the actions that you're doing. Bear in mind, you've karmically attracted them to you because of the bad decisions that you're making. I don't really mean bad decisions because everything's open to interpretation, but you'll know what I mean, right? These decisions that we're making that we know that we can grow out of. And usually they're tied into control, manipulation, especially in relationships, or self-esteem issues. And it all comes down to, essentially, the twin flame relationship is teaching you self-respect. It's teaching you to respect yourself enough so that you begin to attract people on your vibration, on your vibrational level, based upon the fundamental self-respect that you have for yourself. And then you get that as a reflection. And then when you're both on the same wavelength, totally and truly, and you really are beginning to help each other grow and supporting each other in everything that you do with a real passion, with a real zest, I would say that then is what a soulmate is. I have to be totally open and honest. I've not met mine yet, but I've certainly found a lot of twin flames through my life. Brought into my life to play out something karmically, and then they'll leave my life after that karma has been exhausted And that's a twin flame relationship. Be grateful, because it's a lovely thing to have. At the start it feels amazing. It's like, oh yes, I've got this new friend, it's so emotionally charged, or girlfriend, however it is, romantic or not. And you're usually playing out things due to similar interests. This is how you can know if it's a twin flame or not. You're playing out similar interests. But when that interest in one of you changes, if they drop away, or if the relationship, the only reason that the relationship is happening is because of one specific interest, once that interest changes in one of you, or you realise that that interest is an unhealthy interest, that relationship will drop, because that karma then is played out. For you, at least. For them it may well continue, and likely will, but who knows? We have this idea, don't we, that there's always this set person for us, this perfect soulmate. And we don't, I'm not putting a downer on this, we don't necessarily know that that's true. That takes a belief, doesn't it? A belief that there'll be somebody. And of course I understand why we do it. We're trusting beings. We are trust. Like, we're not the ones beating our hearts, are we? We have to trust that life is doing its best for us. And of course, in my experience, it is. So on the scale of beliefs, you know, if you're with me on YouTube, I teach not to believe anything, to prove it to yourself as your experience. But I'd say in this circumstance, though I haven't found my soulmate, and though it takes a belief to believe that it's true, that's quite a nice belief. And I'm quite happy to hold on to that one. I trust that if a soulmate is there for me to be found for me, and this is, I'm speaking to you too, if a relationship in that sense is there to be found for you, it will happen. But I also trust that if my life's not made that way, there's a deep trust that not finding that relationship will also be okay. Oh, I didn't know that was going to come out of my mouth there. But there's that. Should you wish. Down below, there's a free breathing practice. It will essentially connect you with your inner guide, your inner sense of bliss and empowerment. If you're feeling like you wish to be empowered, use it. It's great. It works. It's yoga. The method just works. It doesn't matter who's teaching it to you. And, of course, down below, there's a free community for awakening souls. You can sign up. It's free. It'll always be free. I'll never charge you for it. That's my promise to you.